Welcome back to the Quick Speed Shop. What I'm doing tonight is I didn't get the doodle bug running for the steam show, so I'm taking a tow truck and I've got a blown exhaust manifold gasket in the back. I'm going to try to loosen up the manifold and see if we can change the gasket real fast before I take this to the show tomorrow. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. For those of you not familiar with the Model A engine, this is a 200 cubic inch 4-cylinder valve in block or flathead engine. Got your carburetor here. It's a cast iron carburetor. It's updraft, which means the gas vapors go up into the intake manifold here and then down into the engine. You've got your exhaust manifold, your like I said, your 4-cylinder block in line, and the valves are in the block. They open up into the head. The head is flat piece of cast iron with coolant passages in it. Here's your distributor. These brass pieces here are like the spark plug wires. They're flat brass strips. And if this thing's running and you touch those, you will get zapped. So don't do that. And pretty much, got points ignition in the distributor. Here's your coil on the firewall. And pretty much there it is. They developed this engine 1928 for the Model A's. And they used 28 to 31. There's no oil filter. In 1932, it became the B motor for Model B, and it had an oil filter on the front side here. And it had a little bit better crank, and they used this engine all the way up to I think 1941 in some of the small half-ton trucks, this style 4-cylinder engine. And then later on something similar was used up into the 50s on the Ford tractors. But here it is, a 200 cubic inch Model A Ford 4-cylinder engine. So hopefully, it's kind of dark in here, so it's kind of, I got a lot of try to light this up the best I can. I think what we got to do is loosen up the fuel line, the gas line, unhook the deals from the carburetor here. I don't think I got to take the whole wad apart. I think I can just loosen the bolts and move the manifold over enough and pop the gasket out. But let me take the fuel line off just before we do anything. That way there won't be any stress on the fuel bowl. Oh. Maybe I will take the carburetor off, just so it doesn't spill gas everywhere. Oop. There we go. Got all the studs out now, except for the one. See what I see here. Oh yeah, it's definitely blown out in the back. See here, it's all black. The whole back of this is blown out. A bit of sandpaper action. I'm going to put the smooth side towards the manifold and the rough side towards the block, I guess. No, probably the rough side towards the manifold. Like that, like that. Nice. Got the new gasket installed. I'll just go ahead and put the carburetor back on it and hook the linkage back up. And then it's real late tonight, but tomorrow morning we'll fire it up and see how it works. Okay, it's the next day. I got a little bit of a late start here, but let's gas her up and see how it goes. Yes, the gas goes in the gas tank, which is in the cowl here. So You can imagine back in the day putting gas in these things with a hot engine. Be a little scary at times, I guess. And you drip gas onto your cowl paint. And you drip gas onto the cowl paint, which isn't very good. So I'm not taking the doodle wagon. It's going to be a pain if nobody wants to ride on it. So I'm just taking a tow truck and I'm going by myself. So we'll go ahead and get this going to load it up. I'm probably not going to take any video at the steam show. I'm going to put some on Instagram, some pictures and things like that. But it's too complicated to take the video camera and there's a lot of people around. And it's a lot easier just to go and have fun. But check out Instagram, Quick Speed Shop. All one word on Instagram. There'll be pictures and stories from the steam show on there. Well, it's a little bit quieter. The exhaust manifold where the pipe comes together, it's got a pretty good leak there, but at least it's not blown out right at the head. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up and go to the steam show. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the button over here. We'll see you again at the Quick Speed Shop.